Hi, I'm Nadia, and today I'll be offering you some best practices for crisis communications. Public relations serves as a strategic function of management within a company. It's utilized 24/7 all year round. But in times of crises, public relations work becomes even more focused and must be done in a timely, effective manner. Many companies over the years have gotten their crisis communications efforts right, paving the way for best practices to be followed by others who may find themselves in reputation turmoil. It's through these examples that I've been inspired to develop the following list of best practices for crisis communications. Here they are. Number 1, create a crisis plan. There is no such thing as preparing too much for a crisis. When crises hit, public relations professionals need to work fast and efficiently. They can't possibly develop a plan in the midst of turmoil coming their way. Instead, they should have crisis plans in place for any crises that have the potential to occur. As Professor Maria Russell says in her presentation, a failure to plan is a plan to fail. The crisis plan, as Russell suggests, should include gathered background information, an action plan, a communications and media plan, and simulations, role-playing, and rehearsals. Number 2, develop communications materials. Again, it's going to be increasingly difficult to develop these materials in times of crises. They should be formed alongside the crisis plans and set aside in case they're ever needed. The materials may not necessarily fit the actual crises completely, but they can be edited and adapted to suit the situation at hand. So make them and then set them on the back burner. Number 3, act quickly but efficiently. In today's world, where information flows at exponential speeds, it's important to get responses to crises out as quickly as possible. Not doing so will usually lead to public criticism and backlash. However, don't release anything prematurely either. If your company doesn't have all its facts straight, release a hold statement before offering a more definitive one. This will give the company a chance to gather essential information in order to properly deal with the crisis at hand. Number 4, prioritize public health and safety. Not addressing public safety will only intensify the damage of a crisis. Taking care of human, animal, and environmental safety is much more important than securing a company's bottom line. Doing so will demonstrate to the public that a company can see the bigger picture outside of itself. Number 5, communicate compassionately and caringly. Doing this in times of crisis is essential for regaining trust and healing the bond between a company and its publics. The public will respond more positively when they feel their concerns have been acknowledged and company spokespersons are demonstrating human compassion for the harm the company has caused. Number 6, maintain transparency. The truth is always going to come out, so get on top of it before that happens, even if that means admitting fault where necessary. Remaining truthful is the best way to maintain a brand or company's integrity, especially if it's committed acts with serious consequences. If needed, offer an apology alongside admission of guilt. And the final best practice I have for you today is number 7, remain available to the press and news media. The press is certainly going to be looking for a story amidst your company or brand's crisis. Ignoring their calls or inquiries is only going to make matters worse, as this comes off as having something to hide. Take control of your company's narrative by remaining open and available to deliver information to the press. This will minimize the damage associated with the crisis, as it will not only demonstrate transparency, but will also give the company a chance to tell its side of the story. Following this basic set of crisis communications best practices is a surefire way to help your company survive any potential or current crises that come its way. Thanks for listening.